There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Monday night, Medium Project Monday. Tonight we're going to be working on the Jelly Cube earrings. We're using very tiny rings. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff between Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. That's where we stream to live every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Just trying to go through my opening spiel here. Also, a quick reminder, next week I'm not going to be streaming next week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week. I've got an event coming up next Saturday. And I got a lot of stuff to catch up on, so I want to get that taken care of. And doing the streams, like I've said many times during my streams, there's a bit of a process to do a stream. It's like I might only stream for an hour, but there's normally an hour 20 minutes before a stream to make sure everything's ready, make sure the stream's going to work, blah, 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 and afterwards there's cleanup time, etc. By the time I'm all said and done, a 1 hour stream takes me roughly 2.5, 3 hours to do, so next week I'm just going to bypass them, get everything ready, and all that. So let's go ahead and get flipped over on our screen here, and we'll get started on this. Like I said, we're using really tiny rings. Hopefully it'll be a little hard to see. I'll be lifting it up at times, but I'll kind of give you a quick look. I kind of gave a quick start to it so I could kind of show it. I don't know if I can get a good enough picture on that. Let me see if I can zoom better. I use this I don't know, they call it like a fun tack, a poster tack stuff. This is one of the versions I've got. I got some yellows and other stuff, but use them for posters, put on walls so it doesn't leave stuff behind. And I use them for chainmail. Use it for chainmail, especially like with the Jelly Cube, but I use it on a lot of things where you got to tie and hold on those rings till you get a little bit built out. I can just grab this, slap it around, it holds it just like a twist tie would. When it comes to these, I can just kind of push it down into it, and it holds it all nice and tight. I can lift it up and play with it. So it's kind of a handy little stuff. I kind of enjoy it. So we're going to go ahead and get working on this. It's going to be harder to do, and hopefully we'll get enough video. You can see it on video good enough. Well, I'm going to hope to stay in. It's, like I said, we're working with tiny rings here. I'll have to push this back down in there on occasion, which will happen, but Jelly Cube. Yeah, these rings are 1.6 millimeter inner diameter, so they're very, very tiny. I used 0.63 millimeter wire, basically 22 gauge. I used, I had the wire. I need to figure out what size I wanted the rings to be. I knew the AR I needed, so I used a chainmail ring calculator and figured out what size I needed to make them, and ended up being 1.6 millimeter. So that's what we went with. Like I said, I'll probably be out of picture a little bit here and there as I'm finagling these things in there. Being so tiny, I got to get a little closer to see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to get in the picture. Alright, now I need to replace them. Like I said, they're going to fall out of place a little bit on occasion, but you just shove them back down in there. keep your standing rings standing and flat rings flat. So these things are not fun to work with. I mean, I still have fun with them, but they're definitely a little more difficult, especially starting out on a jelly cube weave. Jelly cube's already kind of tight as is, but I use the same process using this tack stuff when I made the big jelly cube that we're working on, you see on occasion. I use the same flip on down there, same stuff to hold this in place. Once you get to that second, third layer, it kind of starts coming together, but this is going to be tiny. I might leave it on this for a good portion of it. It kind of depends. Once we get a little further along, if it'll hold its shape or not. Like I said, this is also niobium wire, so it's pretty soft. We're going to anodize it up when we get to the end here. I'm going to get these rings back. I'm going to end up anodizing these after they're fully built to give them a good rainbow kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely out of camera range there, aren't I? Let's see if I can scoot up a little bit. Hopefully my hat doesn't get in the way. Like I said, these are tiny rings. It's taken my old eyes a little bit more to get to them. Pulling up a ring whenever I come to close it, but when I'm done, I just come back through and lay it back down where it needs to be. That's going to be the upper ring. Like I said, it's a little bit of a pain, but I mean, I've seen some other people use different things to hold a jelly cube as they start it. Like I said, I've been using this method for many things throughout the years whenever I need to hold something in place. It does a pretty decent job. Not the best. It could be better. But, like right there, I kind of grabbed a little bit of stuff and it wanted to stretch out on me. I do find sometimes, though, if I would have put this in the refrigerator, it hardens this up a little bit, so it's not so sticky per se. And that can help a little bit, but you know, it just depends on your preference. So I just got to keep putting it down in place. Once we get to that second layer, things will start straightening up a little bit and be less of an issue. First layer of jelly cube always bites, no matter how you do it, really. I've done a couple others, and 3x3s and some 5x5s. I honestly, I like the 5x5 square ringed wire. It's 18 gauge 5/32. Works really well. It doesn't feel as good in the hand, but it looks really cool. Let me go ahead and open one more. I only need two there, I guess, to finish off this first layer. Like I said, these things are so small. Some of the smallest I've worked with 3/32. It's still pretty small, but not, and they were larger gauge also. So, let's see here. There's one, two. My third. Like I said, I know I'm probably getting out of view here on occasion. On that, I apologize. I'm trying to stay up in view. I can try to zoom in the camera and move it a little bit, but that might give me more problems. Trying to get the camera back. So we'll just do what we can do here and hope for the best. Alright, get back in your spot. Down in there. But let's see here. What did we do this weekend? I did get some time on Saturday and got some updates done to my website. Now, I didn't get any more product added. That I'm going to try to do a little bit this week. But I did some back-end stuff that should help with... I had some people having problems using PayPal to pay. Every time I went and tested it, you can put your thing in a testing environment and have that going, and everything in that environment. And then I actually did some test ones that I didn't have any problem. But I've been contacted by a few people that were having problems during checkout. So I ended up going through all that this weekend. Well, Saturday. I spent a good amount of time, really. I couldn't necessarily still find the problem. I couldn't recreate the problem. But I did some updating to it that should fix the problem. Now, the only way I'm going to know for sure is when somebody goes in and tries to buy something. Okay, I pulled that one up. That one goes there. That one's there. You stand up. You can go there. This is probably definitely out of camera view, but one more ring and then we'll have our 3x3 bottom done. I don't imagine this is going to take too long. A 3x3 jelly cube isn't very big. I mean, there's still a good amount of rings, but really no more rings than I would have in a decent sized bracelet in several different weaves. Some weaves wouldn't take nearly as much, but there are some that would take just as much. So, and I don't know if I would like to get this done before the event, but I only want to work on it during streams so we can do the anodizing too. So I don't think I'll have this ready for the event coming up. Trying to get them back into their spots here so you can kind of see the 3x3 that's going on. Like I said, it'll start coming together more on the next. Again, I don't know if you can see that very well there, but this camera does a pretty decent job as long as I got something in the background. I'm going to go ahead and pre-open some more of these rings because they're so darn tiny. But, yeah. Got that done on the weekend, this weekend. Got a few other things done too, but that was something I've been wanting to get into because I've been trying to find that problem. I am going to have to find somebody that can do a test for me. Either if they're, I got several people that contact me and don't use the website. They'll just contact me through Facebook saying, hey, I've seen this on your website. I see your pictures here. How can I order? And we'll chat through Facebook, and I'll do a PayPal invoice. So I'm gonna see if I can chat with one of them that contact me. I've got several people that just contact me through Facebook for orders. So I'm gonna see if I can get one or two of them here that's gonna be ordering. Say, hey, can you go through and try the website? If it's not a product I have, I'll tell them I'm gonna put it up real quick if it's something it's not available on the website, just so we can test. And or some of these people that have been with me for years, they trust me and everything. I think I could probably talk to a few and say, hey, can we do an order? We'll do a refund on it. But I need to check it. I just want to make sure it's working well before I not necessarily close that part of it up, but I want to make sure everything's working well enough. It's a lot different when you're running your own web pages and stuff. I could do an Etsy or something like that, but I don't necessarily like Etsy, so. Alright, so we're going to go to the next layer here. Try to get back up into view. So if I put this down, again, hopefully you can see it. I'll keep more of that in place as I get some of these set. It does normally take, I think, to about the third layer where I'll kind of start holding its shape better, as long as your rings are proper. Now, that, all my measurements, all my pre-work on this should be right. If everything is right. So that's what we're going to be hoping for. That everything is proper. And it works. Because if it doesn't work, we'll have to start over. And I don't want to do that. Alright, now we got to get this one to come up. And that one to come up. I'm not blocking the view here. Oh, we're on the other camera now, but not? No, I didn't. I got the ring put in there side, or I want to attach it the other way. Come on back out of there. Let me get you reset here. Okay. Starting off Jelly Cube is the most difficult part. That one's standing, and that one should come through right there. And we should be good. Come on, flip over. I need to have my little pokers out here. Okay. And then that one's going to have to come through there. Now I guess there are two different, you can do an unbalanced and a balanced Jelly Cube. We're going with a balanced. That's how I've made most of mine. I don't know. I think they'd look a little bit better. And I think in the long run, I think people will find it more eye appealing that way. Now again, that is my own opinion. Alright. Quick look. Make sure you're going up the correct way. Alright. Oh, I did, I can't do much on the weekend. I tried Friday, Thursday and Friday. I normally don't like talking bad about suppliers, but if you're a chain mailer, TRL has gone to south in a handbag. Let's just say that. I don't know what the deal is here with them, but man, I'll tell you, trying to deal with them is horrible right now. Try calling. You can't call anymore. Their message says, now I don't know what Canada rules are, but they're still saying they're having issues because of COVID. Again, I don't know what kind of rules are up there, and maybe they are. I don't know. I find it a little suspect. You can't contact them on Facebook. Everything you send them through Facebook, they just automatically say, contact the customer support through email. Which I did. I got one email back on the first message I sent. And they didn't answer my main question, which was, where's my order? What's going on with the order? My second question was, well, since the order has not been filled, can I add to it? Because there was a few things I still needed to get that they were out of stock when I ordered. Now they're in stock. No, you can no longer add to an order. Okay, that's all I got back in my email. What about my order? Why, I'm now coming up on, 18, 19 days that I ordered? 20 days? I don't even know now. It's been a while. And no response. So I tried Facebook. They just see Facebook. Whoever it was on Facebook told me, yeah, I contacted the customer service. They said they replied to all your emails. And I'm like, no. And they said check your spam folder. I do not have my Booga Box email set up with spam folder. I get everything, which in a way sucks. I mean, I get a ton of emails that are just junk crap that I have to go through. But I rather do that because I would have on occasion when I first started. Emails that ended up going in the spam folder, and I didn't like that. I didn't want to miss messages because I didn't check the spam folder as often because you think spam should work properly, but it doesn't. So yeah, it was like I don't have spam folders. I get everything right here. I did not get these emails. So since then I've sent 2 more emails, no reply. You can't talk to them on a phone. I am just so irritated with them right now. It is unbelievable. I mean, I'm working on stuff that I've got people waiting on orders, and they're willing to give me some time, which is great. I appreciate that, but I'm out of view here. I know that. I'm trying to get this ring up. And so it's irritating me because I can't really talk to anybody and find out what's going on. I've got rings that I need desperately now. I mean, it's one thing. I try to get them out. I don't like getting my orders in too late or anything. When I get custom orders and I tell people I've got to order, I always tell them it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks before they will get it. I normally expect in that 3-week period, it's going to take a week and a half for me to make my order and get it to me. that gives me a few days to build and then time to get it out to them. Normally, it's well within the 3-week period. There are occasions when I tell them, okay, this isn't going to be manufactured for another 2 months. Are you willing to wait? You want to come back, etc. But yeah, right now they are just absolutely horrible with customer service. And I hate this. When John and Bernice ran it, I don't know if they actually still do anything for them or not, but when they ran it, it was like John and Bernice were chain mailers themselves, so they understood it. They sold to a guy, I can't remember names, I don't want to put too much of that out there anyway, but I don't know if he just looked at the bottom line going, okay, this is a good money-making company, I want to buy it. But I don't think he has any clue at all on chainmail. He's into it for the money aspect, and they've just gone downhill since. And I'm currently in the process. I've contacted 3 different manufacturers. Some are just starting out into anodizing, and I'm willing to use those because I make my own rings other than anodized aluminum. I can't do that. If I could, I would. If it's cost effective enough. I could do it, actually. I did find some places here in town that I can get it done, but it's just not cost effective for what I need right now. If I needed, hundreds of thousands of rings a month, different story. I don't quite need that much. But yeah, I am so ticked off right now because I'm waiting on rings. I've done nothing on our inlay that we were doing on Thursday nights this past weekend. I did plan on doing it, but I am literally down to under 100 black rings. And this was an order I put in before we started this project 3 weeks ago that I still haven't gotten anything back on yet. So, let's see here. Flip over. Okay, I need to do the sides. So I've been trying to deal with that today. And I'm getting nowhere fast. So eventually I will be changing suppliers, which in a way this sucks, in a way is good. Now, most other suppliers, I've done small orders with them before. Their rings are more expensive, but they come for the most part ready to use. Unlike TRLs, they're cheaper. But when I get them, you always got to clean them up. Sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get. But again, like I said, I hate talking bad about any supplier, but I am so fed up with TRL, I'm just done. Now, I have roughly 250,000 to 300 rings of theirs in all kinds of sizes and colors. And I got to work through that stock, so I'm going to have to do stuff with it, but when I'm out of them, I'm not ordering anymore. Now, granted, I'm not like one of their huge buyers, but I've given them quite a few thousands of dollars through the years. I don't know exact amount. I could figure out an exact amount, but yeah, I'm not happy at all with anything that they are currently doing. And like I said, some of their rings, some of their stuff, they changed up their website 2 months ago now. Still not working right. Half their stuff isn't there. Anything I'm looking for, I have to spend 10 times the amount of time finding it. It's just, I'm kind of rambling on tonight, but it's been frustrating. This is like, all I want is my rings, man. And I've got no indication that anything's out of stock. In the old days, you used to get an email pretty quick going, hey, you did this order, we don't have this many. And that's a little irritating in a way, because normally when they're out of stock, they just have zero. Normally everything I order, if I see, it used to have a listing how much they had of it. And I tried to get stuff, if I seen anything that was in double digits, up to 99, I normally didn't order because I just wasn't sure. If it was over 100, I would be like, no problem. Now I don't necessarily see that. I don't know if it's something that's just hidden in a different place or what. But, yeah. I'm just totally and totally over TRL now. Now, I used to love their stuff. Like I said, I did have to clean it, and I knew that. Anyway, you know, that's something I've dealt with for the past many years and knew. But it was worth it, but now it's not if I can't get things. If I can't get stock, I can't sell. Yeah. So, yeah, I contacted a couple places, a couple new ones today, and hopefully we'll start changing over. It's going to take probably a good year to get everything moved over and finally get rid of all my TRL rings, but in the long run, I think I'll be happier with that. Alrighty, let's see, where were we at here? That one there. Standing up, come over here. It still is just looking like a pile of nothingness. It's not till it actually gets fully done will we actually see. Oh, come on. See it kind of coming together. Quick looks around here. Man, night's going fast. This weekend went fast too. Yesterday was at least decent, hot-wise. I mean, I think we only made it to like 87. It's cloudy, a little bit of rain, but it was decent enough. And then back to 90-something today, 98, something like that. Hot, that's all I know. I'm ready for winter. Oh, come on, ring. Like I said, these are so tiny. Everything wants to flip just right on you. Let's get them a little wider, maybe that'll help. And then like getting that bottom layer anyway, because it's in the... Oh, come on. I know I'm getting out of view here, so I'm trying to move it back up. I cannot grab that ring for the life of me. Get in through there, dang it. Alright, let me grab it a little differently. I don't want to have to go backwards on you, but I guess I'm going to have to. Maybe. Alright, here. You be stubborn, I'll be stubborn. There, jeez. I'm going to have to do it again for the other one. Man. And I don't know how the people that do micro mail do this all the time. I don't mind doing small stuff like this on occasion, but this is something that I couldn't do all the time. It would drive me completely bonkers, I think. Do a double check here. Alright, so we got stand up, stand up. And, I mean, this is I call it layer 1A or 1B. The first layer, because it takes 2 layers, 2 offsets to make 1 layer when it comes to Jelly Cube. So I kind of nicknamed them, you know, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, so I know where I'm at. At least when I start, once it gets bigger, it's not going to matter. Like our big Jelly Cube, now I don't really have to worry about that. But this is only going to be a 3x3. I don't know, I could go 5x5. I've got enough rings to do it. I could make more rings. I've got plenty of this wire over there. But I figure I want to go 3x3 at first, and we'll see how that goes. And then go from there. I did get me some more fine silver coming. Not from TRL. Obviously. Because I'm actually waiting on 3 orders from them right now. That's what makes it even worse. Granted, the first order is the oldest. The other 2 I haven't really complained about yet. But again, I've never had orders take this long. And so I'm not necessarily prepared for the wait. I know what I used to deal with in my wait times. And when I contacted the other suppliers today, finding out what their average shipping time is, how long it normally takes, get a basic idea before I switch over. And I'll tell you what, everybody I've had to deal with so far has been excellent. Wally over at Chain Reaction Canada has been awesome today. I don't know the name of who I was dealing with on the other. I don't want to necessarily mention their names yet. You know, Wally's a good guy. I've kind of seen him doing other things. Sean White, which reminds me, it was his birthday yesterday. I forgot to send him a message, dang it. Sean White over there at, come on. Mailworks, he suggested him quite a bit. Let's see here. Okay, this is the one I need. Make sure we're grabbing the right ones. And they started, they're still a small business, but I like how he deals with everything. I've had, you know, nothing but good things to say about Wally. He's part of the chainmail group that I don't get to go in too much because they do their things on Friday nights. And Friday nights are the worst time for me. I have the hardest time getting in there on a Friday night. I stream on my Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday night during band season, I'm normally with the band doing stuff. So I miss a lot then. Alright, let's see here. So that is the final. 1, 2. Okay. So 1B is done. Now we're going to 2A. And over there at Chain Reaction, they're just now getting into doing anodizing, so they don't have all the colors. It's part of the problem. You know, I can't mix my colors between companies because they're not going to work that way. So for anything larger, I got to start planning a little more in advance than I have been in the past. The blows, because like I said, it means I'm going to have to change my prices because the rings are going to be differently priced. Everything's gone up anyway with inflation, so it takes a toll. I've been trying to keep everything the same, but there is a point that, you know, I can't eat it too much, so. And minimum wage around here has gone up, so that will also increase pricing. Not that I go right at minimum wage, but I don't charge a lot per hour over minimum wage. A lot of people say I should. I don't know. I try to keep my stuff as reasonably priced as I can. So, all right. So onto this next layer here. So I need to put these two. We're gonna. Okay, let's go here. Again, I'm probably out of view. I'm gonna use the top of my bag as my top left. And try to stay on that. If I can get this ring through. So these are going to be some tiny earrings. If that one's there, this one goes here. And this will be our first corner of 2A. Quick looks around. Just over 30 minutes. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments again tonight, guys. Like I said, I never know with my comments sometimes. I don't get a whole lot on Facebook and YouTube, so... Or, Twitch and YouTube. More so on Facebook, but sometimes Facebook does weird things. So, again, I apologize if you guys are posting anything and I'm not seeing it. Everything looks like it's going good, so we should be okay, but just in case. Alright, these get to stand back up. Let's go through you. I'm definitely at a picture here. Let me try to get more in here. We'll come up through. Actually, I'm going to replace this ring here. These are hand cut because I didn't have anything small enough to cut these because they were so small. So a few of my ends on a few of them have been a little flared more than I would like. So I might have to pull a couple here on occasion. I'll hopefully catch them before I put them in. To make sure everything's good. But hopefully we can get most of the way through one of them. Would be nice to actually get one done tonight. It'd be quicker than I expect in a way. Alright, flip over. You're gonna stand. Alright, let's just put you together upside down. Make sure you stay in the right place. And there we go. Let gravity pull them down for me. Alright, so there's the first corner. This layer. Correct. Let me double check here. Why does it look a little weird? Okay, is that what I needed to do? No. Did I put... I'll look a little closer here. Something I did. Maybe I need to pull that ring back out. Yeah, let's pull that ring back out. For some reason, I might have went through the wrong side of it. Let me make sure. Those are the two. And these go through that way, so I think that was right. But why wasn't it looking right? Get hold of the ring. Alright, it's got to come through this side and through that one that way. So that, I mean, I think that was the same way I just had it. Pretty sure. Let's see. Why? I do not understand this. Alright, there it goes. Correct? You warm it down. You're that way. You can stand up. So that's good. Maybe I just need to get those next rings in. It wants to keep flipping oddly on me, and I think that's the problem and why it looks weird. So we're going to get this next one in. Let me get the starter in. And then we'll put in it, and maybe that'll start pulling it up tight. I'm starting to wonder if this might be too loose. I don't think it should be. According to everything I did, it should be correct, but it's... But again, a normal jelly cube will seem awful loose when you first start it. It took well past when I did this one. The 3x3 was okay, but once it got to 4x4 and stuff, it became a little bit better. Now, this I did try to bring the AR down just slightly. I think a 0.3, 0.4 is what I was going for. Again, let's get you up through. And then you fall down. And you should come through there. Alright, that should be right. Now, let me look. You're up. You're over. You should be there. But, alright, there we go. So I need to come up off of the side there. It's looking right as long as I hold it in the right place. I'm hoping this layer will actually start to pull it out and make it where it needs to go. And not give us any more problems. If it wasn't for that, I think we'd be further along than we are. But we're still doing a pretty decent time. Come on. There it goes. I like it probably much better when they're done and they're anodized. Everything will look better then, right? And if I have enough rings, like I said, I'm going to do a second set. We probably won't do those on a stream, but so I can show the difference between let's see here. You're supposed to be down, you're up. So we come through, you flip on back down, and we should be good. Come on. Flip over. Alright. I'll say, though, this will probably be, well, other than special materials, this would probably be some of the more expensive earrings I would have. You need to connect there. One, because of the wire, and then two, just because of the time. Because they'll use the same amount, like a lot of things that I make. You know, I could make an inlay, I could use 1/4-inch rings, and it's going to be a lot bigger, or I can use 1/8-inch rings. Same amount of rings, same amount of open and closing, but the overall project will be smaller. Now, when it is smaller like that, you do get a better view in a way, because it is smaller. But yeah, I've had to tell people before, yeah, it uses the same amount of rings, but they're smaller rings, so it's not going to be as big. Alright, so that should give me my 3 that way, and my 3 that way. And why won't you stand up here, ring? Turn over. You need to be up so that we can come and do this one. Yeah, once these get a little bit bigger, if I was going bigger, like I said, jelly cubes, once you get so big, then they just become natural. It's that first part, everything's wanting to be a little more floppity because you don't have as many rings going through. Basically, it's a 4-in-1 weave, or a 4-in-1 Japanese weave, I guess. Alright, let's see here, that one, and I know I keep getting out of view here. I'm just so not used to doing small things like this on the stream. Like I said, I've done small things, but I've never tried to stream such small stuff. Normally I'm right up over my project and real close to it, so it won't matter. And when I'm not streaming, where are we at here? 45. Didn't do my halfway spiel. I better do it again in case somebody's joining in. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Subscribe, follow us on all 3 if you want. You'll definitely get notifications. Let you know when we're going live. Like I said, next week we will not be doing streams. Actually, other than Saturday, I'll probably do. Excuse me. I'll probably do a live stream a couple different times Saturday or at our event. Alright, so come on, Gravity, do your job here. But we won't stream this next week. Want to get some things done, prepared, caught up. I probably could still do it and everything, and I thought, well, maybe I just put a thing saying, hey, we might stream. And then I was like, I don't want to give the possibility that we could and then I can't. I don't want to say we can't, then I do. So I just going to call it, just say we're not going to do a stream next week because. Now I'll probably post some pictures of some of the things that we're changing up. I don't know if I'm going to get a full test up, a full setup of our of the event. Or not. Oh, come on. I'm hoping to, but again, I don't know. It's going to be a hot week, so it's going to be hard to do stuff outside. But no rain, so I could do testing. My big thing is, hopefully it is not hot when it comes to our event, because my wife will not be able to help out at all if it's like all just hot and yucky out. So my daughter is going to help me though, which will be a plus. It's just getting harder to do these things. Getting older, doing events is just getting harder and harder. I love doing them though. I used to hate them, to be honest with you. I don't like the look of that ring. Where'd my other one go? There it is. But I mean, that is where we do a better, sales wise. I make sales online, just not as much as we normally do at this event. And part of it is on me because I hate promoting myself. I feel weird whenever I do promote myself. So it's hard to do when it comes to the online stuff. It's getting better slowly. And I do think everybody who's made purchases from us online contacting me about custom orders. I enjoy doing those. Whether it is chainmail, and I'm getting more and more custom work on the laser stuff. So you do custom laser, pretty much anything. Acrylic, wood, metal, deep engrave on metal. Because we've got a fiber laser to do that. So many things we can do. Just let us know what you're looking for at any given time. If you're into chainmail, we can do laser tags and scales and all that. Check some of those out. That's one of the things I'm hoping to get loaded up this week is my scales. I've been debating since I started doing. I've done scales for a long time, but now since I can do them faster on the fiber laser, I figured it'd be a good time that I could put them out on the website, because I have several people that custom order scales from me. Even though they're not available, they just seen that I'll post pictures of my scale laser etched up, and they're like, hey, can I get some of those? Yeah, no problem. And then they stick around, they'll come back. And some people, I've got a Kevin, he normally only gets about 4 scales from me about every 3 months. He'll got some kind of custom idea wants to do for, he's not a chainmailer seller, he's just a hobbyist, makes his own stuff, gives it to friends, family, and stuff like that. So it works out well. And I've got other people that order more at a time. I had a recent order here, and I don't want to say who because I didn't get permission to use their name, but some custom scales they're actually not going to be using till December, and they ordered those a couple months ago. So we got those out. So you just drop a line, you never know. If it's something I can't do, I might know somebody that can do it for you. I had a friend a few years ago was wanting some chainmail gloves for whittling for a friend of his who had cut his finger several times while he whittles. And I was like, I can do that. I can make you a glove. But cost efficiency wise, hey, why don't you find Shark Glove? It's basically chainmail welded glove that they make for swimmer or divers for doing shark encounters. I said it's going to be cheaper that way. I can do it, but it's going to be a lot more. They have machines that can do all this up, so it's fairly quick. It'll be cheaper for you. So I could have taken the sale, but even, and I've done that on a few things before, and most times people are like, I'd rather you do it. They didn't want me to, and in a way I was kind of glad to. I would have had fun doing it. Don't get me wrong, because I hadn't done glove. I think I would have enjoyed it, but I think it's better to let them know, yes, it's something I can do, but this might be a better option for you. And so they went out and they ended up buying the shark glove for him, and I guess it works fine for him and does a great job. But granted, it was a lost sale, but I think in the long run it was better. I'd rather give people the best advice I can, and not, I'd rather them be happy with something that's going to be more in their price range, Because, I sell bigger items. I've sold inlays, so, people know it can get expensive. But if I can help you out in any way I can, I will. When it comes to chainmail or whatever it might be. We've got John who shows up here on our things. I've been chatting with him. He's been talking about doing some looking into lasers here lately for him. So I gave him some advice that I've learned through the years. Though right now he's working on a leather cap that is freaking cool, man. I love that thing. I've been meaning to. He posted it. Was it today? Was it today he posted that? I don't remember if he posted it today or was it yesterday. But I've been meaning to send him a message. It's been dealing with so much other stuff. I haven't been able to send him a message yet, but it's freaking cool. I'd love to get in to do some leather work, but again, that's just more money that I would have to spend on equipment. It's kind of why I don't do any metal forging. I'd love to do it. I wish I knew somebody like John. If he lived close, I'm sure he would be willing to let me come over and see what he does and have fun, play around. It's something I would like to do. It's just something I don't want to buy everything for, especially if I don't know if it's something that I want to continue to do to make money off of. So, wish I knew somebody local. If I looked hard enough, I probably could, but I'm already busy enough. I got so much going on as is. I'm always looking for extra hours in the day, it seems like. Alright, so you gotta come up. Again, this isn't looking very pretty right now, but it will come together. We're doing what I call 2A right now. I think 2B is when it'll start to really start working much better together and it'll start showing. Alright, we're going to come on down there. I know I'm not probably in view. I'm not even sure what camera I'm on right now, but like I said, these little rings are a booger to get through if you're not looking at them good. Okay. So, that one's there. That's that one. Flip back up here. So that one and this one. Okay. Make sure I got the right rings going. I think I'll go ahead and pre-open a few of these just to have them ready. Sometimes I'll pre-open, sometimes I won't. Just kind of depends on what I'm doing. But since we're only going to finish up, well, maybe half of one tonight, which does suck. I was hoping for more tonight. But in a way, I'm getting more done than I kind of thought. So it's one of those weird nights, I guess. Since we're not going to do any Monday, I doubt I'll work on this anymore. I thought about it while I'm sitting here working on it. Oh, man, I'd like to get one fully done, but with everything else, I think maybe I'll just hold off on it. And we'll come back with Monday in August, first Monday of August. We'll get back into it. Now, after the event, who knows? And if I actually get a little more, not necessarily caught up on the for the event, but I might work on a few other things. I mean, I'm sure I'll still have, I would imagine, I get a couple orders a week for chainmail, a couple orders for most weeks for laser stuff, so it will depend on what happens during these times, but I know I will be using half my workbench here area when I'm redoing my spinners. Talked about redoing those. I'll post some pictures of those, and I dropped my ring. I'll post some pictures up of those, and I gave these rings a cleaning, but I'll just normal soap and water cleaning. I'll use some of the etching cleaner when we get into. I'll do that outside the stream. I'll get them cleaned up, and then so all we have is we'll do a quick cleaning etch on them before we anodize them. It's something that's actually something new that I've just started before. I mean, I still get good colors, but I haven't used the multi-etch to clean up the rings, which gives them a more vibrant color. It doesn't help with the lasting of the color or anything like that, but it just gives them a cooler color. And you get more of the in-between shades. Like when you're going from one color to the next, it might take 4 or 5 volts while you're going through to get to that next color. And sometimes when you don't clean them with the multi-etch, when you go to flipping between colors, it's like a very quick thing. It's like half a volt, and then poof, you're on to the next color. When you use the multi-etch, it'll even that out. So, I mean, you'll get variance as you get to the next color instead of just bam, it's like boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. So, Let's see here. That was that one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so there is, that's layer 2A. I'll do layer 2B, and it's already, let's see if I can get it up here. And it's still a little floppy on the edges. You can kind of, let me see if that'll help. Give me a, put it more in the middle maybe. Like I said, I need to find something I can put something on. You can kind of see it starting to come together now. Starting to hold its shape better. And like we're only, this would actually be a third of the way through. If we're on 2A, because then we'll have 2B, 3A, and 3B. So we're halfway through basically on this. Not too bad. And where are we at on our time? About an hour. Now, work-wise, we probably only worked on this about 40 minutes tonight. Maybe 40, 45, because I've done a lot of jibber-jabbering, and I put down, I didn't put down the pliers, but I have kind of paused because I was ranting about ring supplier. So that took a little extra time tonight, but I'm pretty happy with what we've gotten done. Would I like more? Yes. Wouldn't we always like more? Yes. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday with a small project. I still haven't picked out a project yet for Wednesday. And I'm half wondering if maybe I might not build anything. I guess it depends on where I'm at, what I can get done tomorrow. And we'll see. I don't want to sit here and do pricing tags during a stream. But if I need to, I need to in a way, I guess. But we'll see how it works. Like I said, just kind of depends on how the week works out. What I can get done tomorrow. I've got a little bit of stuff planned for tonight that I plan. That'll hopefully help with tomorrow's stuff, but being so hot out, I just really don't want to get out and do anything outside, and I've got a lot of stuff I got to do outside. So we'll continue to do that. I'm going to put in a few more rings here. Where are we at? 55, 56, yeah. We'll do a few more rings here, and then we'll probably start doing our ending spiel for the night. Come on. Definitely, you can feel it starting to come together, especially when you're trying to put a ring through, because now there's 4 rings going through the ones below it. When you do the first 2 layers, I'm looking at that camera that's not even looking at me. When you do the first 2 layers, you're only doing, yeah, you've got 4 going this way, but not the other way. You get that second layer going. Now you've got 4 going on half of them, but not all of them. Once you get the layer 2A to end, you've got a full layer that's fully got 4 rings going through each one, so it helps. Alright, now I'm going to do it upside down again. Like gravity helped. And through and through. So, and once these anodize up, like I said, I think it's going to be bright. Now, seeing how small they are, I don't mind them being this small. But I am kind of wondering if I'm going to need to do another set, but make it a 5x5 so they're a bit bigger. I don't know. But I mean, some people like the smaller earrings, some people like the larger earrings. Everybody has their own preferences. Like I've said 100 times on here, there's things that I've built that I absolutely hate and I think are ugly to myself. Wife ended up liking them. Other people like them and buy them. I've done so many one-off projects that I just didn't want to do another one of it because I was like, man, I don't like the look of this. We go to a first event with that item and it sells out, first hour of the thing, and it's like, okay, I didn't like it, but they did, so maybe I need to make up more. What was the one? There was one that it was just a Japanese weave. It was more of a cuff style. The colors I picked were actually, to me, ugly. I didn't build another one. It was a stretchy. I didn't build another one because I was like, I just did not like it. I thought it was kind of ugly, and it could have just been the colors. But the guy came in, he's seen it, and I mean, it must have been shining to him from the bench it was on, because he went right to it, picked it up, and he's like, I love it. He started fiddling with it, fitting perfect. I mean, everything with that bracelet just went well. It was an easy build. I hated it. Put it out. Somebody found it, loved it, fit them, bought it right up. It was crazy. I've had that happen with a few bracelets. The last event at the one we're going to this next Saturday actually had somebody like the bracelet. They had a weave, and I don't put all my stuff out because I don't have room to put everything out on the tables anymore. So I try to, I'll try to pick a couple of each weave. So I've got a variety of stuff, and I only had one of this weave. At the time, it was a fairly new weave for me. I'm trying to remember what it was. Can't remember what it was right offhand, but it was a black and a silver one. That was a tinier version. I had made it out of smaller wire, smaller rings, and the wife loved it, and she wanted one. The husband liked the weave too, but it was too dainty for him. He's like, "This would be great if I had it larger." And I pulled out my stock and I was like, "This one," and it was using larger rings, same color, matched up with his wife's. Absolutely loved it. I had to make a slight adjustment on it. But yeah, I mean, we sold this pair to a couple, so. Now that weave I did kind of like, so I can't say that I didn't like that weave, but. Alright, let me get this ring through here. And then I think we're probably going to be at our hour. Come on. I know I'm out of view again, but. Come on. Why won't you go through? Do I need to open you up more? Probably. Afraid of opening these too far. Yeah, that was the only problem. Just didn't have it open far enough. Didn't open far enough. It's kind of weird. I always say that when I'm talking a lot. I say it instead of four, I'll say fur. And now my phone, I swear, listens to me because it auto-corrects for to fur anymore. F-I-R. It's like, okay, I talk like that. I don't spell like that. Alright, so, like I said, we got a little over halfway on this. Not too bad, really, in saying everything. If we would have just constantly worked on it. Let me get flipped over here back to the old man face cam. I know you guys really don't want that. Oh, come on. Oh, I must just flip cameras. Okay, there we go. Back over to me, unfortunately. Who wants to look at this ugly mug for an hour? But I don't know. I might actually try to finish off the layer I'm on and try to get me up to 3A before I put it up for the night. We'll see how it goes. I got some other things to do tonight. But I do want to thank y'all for joining us tonight and every night. Anybody that's made a purchase from us in over all these 7-8 years, I appreciate everybody that has done so. I can almost remember every piece that I've built for somebody. I know that seems like a lot, but it's so weird. I don't necessarily remember the selling of the item to the person, but when they come back to me and show me the piece, I remember where I was sitting down when I built that piece. It's kind of weird. The first piece I ever built that I sold, I still see now. Now, I gave away a lot before this, but the first piece I actually ever sold, I still see, and it's just, I remember everything about building that. It's so weird. So I do thank you all again for joining me, watching this. Find us over YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Subscribe, like, give thumbs up, shares, all that good stuff. More thumbs up and everything we get, more walls it'll show up on for people. So I do appreciate it all. Tonight is Monday, so we'll be back on Wednesday night, 7:30, for a small project of some sort. So I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all had a great weekend. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Peace.